Pavan Kumar Madhi, Pradeep Thapa, Raju, and Suresh Pentuku and Suresh Penchala. We are presenting a seminar on technology and peace. What is technology? Technology is a technical means people use to improve their surroundings. It is the knowledge of using tools and machines to do tasks efficiently. We use technology to control the world in which we live. Technology is people of knowledge, tools, and systems and improve their ability to do the work. Technology is everywhere and can make life better. Coming to peace, peace is the state of harmony and the absence of hostility. The term is applied to describe a cessation of or lapse in violent international conflict. In the international context, peace is the opposite of war. Peace can be also described as a relationship between any parties characterized by respect, justice, and goodwill. In general, the peace movement has been suspicious of technology and the opposition of particular inventions. In fact, the technology can now offer new mechanisms to serve the values of peace. Technology can contribute to reducing conflict by promoting sustainable development that is good for the world peace and for the environment. Coming to peace through technology, this is an initiative in the West Asia, proves that technology could form an effective bridge between conflict-torn nations like Israel and Palestine. They come up with a program. Every summer, there is a group of students from Palestine and Israel come together at the Hebrew University, Jerusalem. And this program is sponsored by Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This program involves the learning advanced technological and leadership tools to create positive social change in the community. Technology was chosen as a means of bridge between the Israel and Palestinians youth for several reasons, and this program has done better. Coming to the peacekeeping technologies, non-lethal weapons, monitoring and communication. Non-lethal weapons will be explained by Pradeep.
Good evening, class. My name is Pradeep Thapa. I am going to present about non-lethal weapons. There are too many technologies that are used in the peacekeeping purposes, and our research is basically focused on these three things: non-lethal weapons, communications, and monitoring part. So, non-lethal weapons actually is, by definition, this is designed to not to kill the victims, and the main use of non-lethal weapon in peacekeeping operation is crowd control and dispersal. Some of the examples of this, I would like to say NLW, non-lethal weapons, are peace enforcement operations, peacekeeping operations, and humanitarian assistance. Since the weapons requires shootings in the accurate and therefore a high level of training is needed. So one of the military sociologists, Charles, says that peacekeeping is not a soldier's job, but only a soldier can do it. Some of the common non-lethal weapons used in peacekeeping operations are baton and shields. This is most traditional NLW used for crowd and rear control. And crowd and for this, the crowd and soldiers are in close proximity to each other, and they should be far from the normal distance, like 40 to 50 meter far distance. And another non-lethal kinetic projectiles, because the non-lethal weapons is not to kill the victims, so we should hit the crowds through the projectiles, not the direct like this. So there are some wood bullets, rubber bullets, plastic bullets, and bean bags are used. In 1958, British owner in the Hong Kong as a first time wooden blowers. They introduced wooden blowers. Later on they used rubber and plastic blades, and such kind of projectiles are also used in Northern Ireland. And another is the water cannon. It is especially used for the vehicle, to capture the vehicle, and we have seen several times water to use the crowd dispersal through the fire brigade in many countries. And peacekeepers have deployed water cannon in Kosovo for this water cannon also. And we have another non-lethal weapons as a tear gas, which is widely used as an effective riot control agent to disperse the crowds. Similarly, flash bang grenades, which is an anti-personnel non-lethal weapons. In the situations like house search where civilians are present, flash bang grenades constitute a good alternative to conventional weapons when entering to a room or building. And electroshock weapons, which injects electroshock weapons is defined as to inject electrical energy into the human body at high voltage and low current and with very short pulses. One of the example is taser. Law enforcement agencies in UK and US have used these tasers as an alternative for the arresting of the victims. And another is nets, especially produced for available of both anti-personnel and anti-material deployment. The most effective nets are anti-material net system. They are mainly used as a form of arresting system for vehicles. Here are some modern types of UN peacekeeping non-lethal weapons. UN peacekeeping and humanitarian assistance operations in 2000, since 2000 in Kosovo, and since 2003 in Afghanistan. They are using NLW for monitoring and running elections, protecting inhabitants of a region, and rest of these all. Though we have used non-lethal weapons for the peacekeeping process, there are also some challenges. It's very difficult to operate NLW in the checkpoints where road controls for the road controls military are used, and for the escorting vehicle and people, and patrolling in the area, and arresting and disarming the persons, house search, prevention of looting, and guarding building and areas. Finally, peacekeeping should be based on the consent of agreements, because we should not have to damage any of them, and because of unnecessary escalation of tense situation can cause serious political and military problems in the area of the operation. And non-lethal weapons enable peacekeeping forces to select more adequate and practical solutions in their missions. And rest of the part is going to Bairat.
My name is Raju. Okay. Coming to the monitoring, this monitoring also used as one of the technologies as to maintain the peacekeeping. Monitoring technologies include wide variety of different methods to detect and access the movement of troops. And coming to this, as you know that multinational force and observers (MFO), and it's located in Sinai Peninsula. It monitors the movements of in demilitarized zones, and there are some other methods to detect the movement of weaponry and commercial high resolution satellite images, and these satellite images are also used in maintaining the peace. And especially these satellite images are used in intelligence department. To know what's going on, and they use these satellite images to do. To maintain peace. Coming to different kind of radars, as you know that radar uses electromagnetic waves to identify the range and altitude and directional speed of both moving and fixed objects. There are different kind of radars. I mean, in use. Air traffic control radars, weather radars, and space-based radars. Coming to, especially there are electronic intelligence system to spot the enemy's radar, and to jam the radars, they use electronic countermeasures. It's called ECM system to jam the radars by the enemies. Coming to weather monitoring systems, there are some new technologies using in these weather monitoring to maintain the peace. I mean, the maintaining the peace means to avoid the destruction by the natural calamities. It's also one of the maintaining the peace throughout the world. And they are using ground-based sensors, webcams, and different type of cameras. These also comes in. I mean, if you take it locally, and these webcams and different type of cameras also are also used in maintaining the peace. And coming to nuclear monitoring systems, these nuclear monitoring systems are used to protect against the terrorist attacks if they are using any nuclear, radioactive, and other materials. And they are using some sensors and to use to monitor the nuclear weapons. Coming to early warning systems, there are different kind of early warning systems to use to warn us, and the examples are tsunami warning systems, fire alarm system, emergency alert system, ballistic missile early warning system. All of these are comes under these monitoring system. These monitoring systems are used to help maintain peace. And I already explained this about multinational force and observer operations. I mean, these are using to maintain the peace throughout the world. And there is another example that using the monitoring, UN maintain the peace in Nepal. I mean, they use different kind of webcams. Peace maintained in Nepal by UN through the monitoring of weapons. Peace achieved through the monitoring using the modern technologies in Nepal by UN. They used advanced technologies like closed-circuit cameras and alarms in the 8 different camps of Maoists, where weapons were locked in a container and keys were handed to the Maoists. I mean, if they do any illegal use of these weapons, I mean, they take any weapons from those containers, I mean, that can be known by the UN authorities, and they'll immediately alert the people, and in this way they are maintaining the peace in Nepal now. And next part will be explained by Suresh.
Hi, I'm Suresh Methku. I would like to continue the topic with communication technology in peacekeeping. We use there are a lot of means for communicating. We use televisions. We hear from news. We use radios. We have telephones now. So there are a lot of ways in communicating people. So we can't avoid natural disasters, but we can set up early warning systems that can save lives. As Raju said, there are a lot of ways to monitor any natural disasters, but the information collected from those monitor devices should be sent to the correct people and at the right time. And we have many ways to do that. And from trade to telemedicine, from education to environmental production, communication technologies give us potential to improve standards of living throughout the world. When disaster does strike, communication technologies are helping us to better coordinate complex relief missions. I would like to give an example for where communication technologies were really helpful. After the vital systems and the lifeline broke down in the tsunami region, the relief priorities of the World Health Organization focused on providing food, water, and medicine for about 222 million people within 3 weeks. This was done This rapid response of the World Health Organization was possible because of the Strategic Health Operation Center in Geneva and their operational and communication techniques and platforms they operate in various regions. This was a real help for the people in tsunami who affected in tsunami. So the higher the quality of the information provided, the higher the number of lives saved. And the conclusion is Suresh Pinchal is going to conclude the topic.
Hi friends, I am here to conclude the topic on technology and peace. My friends explained different types of technologies which are used for peacekeeping, and let me take an example of monitoring and communications. And if monitoring technology is used, and the technician or the person who is using monitoring technology finds that there's an earthquake which will occur in 2 or 3 hours in the states, maybe Champaign or Illinois state, then the communication is the major part which plays a major role in these. The technician should inform that earthquake is going to occur to his higher officials first, then to the government, and then to the people, so that he can save lives. And that in this way, this technology like monitoring and communication will not individually will not fight for the peace. They all together will come in the play, and they will maintain peace in the world. Thank you. Do you have any questions, please?
Any questions? You did very good.
I have a quick question, like, because you mentioned sort of like some of the conflicts that have happened in the Israel region, and I wondered, like, for example, the United Nations has been had peacekeepers in southern Lebanon for decades, but Katyusha rockets continued to be lobbed into Israel in areas where UN peacekeepers were supposed to be stationed. How can we improve our peacekeeping efforts in areas like that where there's peacekeepers there, but somehow, I don't know, maybe there needs to be more effectiveness somehow? Like, I'm wondering what some solutions are.
We need to monitor using latest technologies like satellites. We have to keep track of everything, the movements of the people in Israel. I think the current position there is like they are trying to hide and continue their activities. So that's the problem. So we have to, like, there are many ways. We have satellites, and they should be like they should be monitored regularly, I think. Yeah, that's the way.
Thank you. Any other questions?